Almost 30 people died here at this Texas all-girls Christian camp, and now they're being called out by one of the families for already trying to reopen their doors when this literally just happened less than 3 months ago. Let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you about Camp Mystic, the family that's calling them out, and I'm going to read to you a personal letter that was sent to them on behalf of the families of the 27 angels who were lost at Camp Mystic during the devastating Guadalupe River flooding this past summer 2025. If you don't remember, literally in July, the Guadalupe River flooded and so many lives were lost. This camp in particular drew a lot of attention because 27 campers and counselors, 27 people overall, were lost. As you can see here, the aftermath was terrible, and a lot of the lives lost were little kids. These are the stewards, and this is their 8-year-old daughter, Celeste. Celeste was at Camp Mystic when the flooding happened, and unfortunately her life was lost, and as of now, they have yet to find her. Her family has written a letter to Camp Mystic. They shared this letter with the public, and I'm about to read it to you. And basically, they are expressing how devastated and sad they are that this camp is opening so soon, especially knowing that one of their campers has yet to be found, another one of their counselors has yet to be found, and all of these lives were literally lost this past July. It just feels really insensitive all around to already be promoting next summer's summer camp when this literally just happened 3 months ago. So let's read the letter. I'm going to speed this part up. To the leadership of Camp Mystic, we and other families of the children whose lives were lost at Camp Mystic on July 4th are devastated not only by the catastrophic events and conduct that claimed 27 girls' lives, but also by your recent communications regarding reopening and a proposed memorial announced without prior consultation or consent from the affected families. Our daughters and loved ones died under Camp Mystic's supervision and care. One child, our child, 8-year-old Sile Stewart, remains missing. Recovery teams are still out there every day, scouring the river, your backyard, risking their own safety to bring her home to us. Yet, instead of recognizing or highlighting that effort, you have not once mentioned her name or the fact that she's still missing. Not in any formal communications with the affected families, not to the wider community, and not even to our family. The only acknowledgement we have ever received was your brisk phone call on the morning of July 4th when you informed us that Sile was simply unaccounted for. Meanwhile, in one of Monday's emails, you declared, "The heart of Camp Mystic has never stopped beating." Have you ever considered that for many of us, Camp Mystic's heart stopped beating the moment these 27 girls took their last breath? On Monday, you sent one message to the Heaven's 27 families, leaving some families inexplicably off the list. And just 2 hours later, you sent a very different email to the broader camp community, again, excluding most of our families. To promote reopening less than 3 months after the tragedy, while one camper remains missing, is unthinkable. Our families remain trapped in the deepest throes of grief, yet your communications treat our never-ending nightmare as little more than a brief pause before resuming business as usual. Worse still, you are preparing to invite children to swim in the very river that may still hold our daughter's body when you plan to open your gates. Had you paused to reflect or simply consulted with any of our families, you might have spared grieving families the additional anguish your decisions now cause. Instead, your communications have only intensified our grief. We call on Camp Mystic to halt all discussion of reopening and memorials. Instead, Sile must be recovered, and you must fully confront and account for your role in the events and failures that caused the death of our daughters. Anything less dishonors the children who were lost while in your care at a time when their safety was your primary responsibility. Until then, our priority remains honoring the 27 lives lost and protecting future generations of campers. We will continue to advocate for reforms and demand full accountability. Sincerely, Cece and Will Stewart, on behalf of ourselves and other families of the Heavens 27. Now, Camp Mystic did make a statement saying that they're doing this because God and Christianity has called on to them to continue to create this Christian experience for other girls, and that out of respect for the lives lost, they are making the memorial, and that they will not be opening the part of the camp where the flooding happened. But I do still find this disrespectful, especially how the family said you're inviting people to swim where all of these lives were lost. Like, it's just such an eerie feeling, especially knowing that their daughter's body is somewhere still out there. But let me know what you think down below about all of this. Do you think that the family is right to ask the camp to cancel their reopening next summer? Or, as I've seen some people say in the comments, which I don't agree with this one, they're like, business is business. Life has to go on. You cannot expect a camp to just stop their business because you lost your daughter.